Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick. This is my daily ramble. Good morning to you all. It's going to be good night for me soon. I'm recording this the night before. I've got a busy day today as you're watching this. So, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, as many of you have already. And don't forget, please drop a like on the video, because that does really help us. Before I get into this show, it's going to be quite a positive one today. I'm going to give a shout out to our channel sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company, long-term channel sponsor. If you want to support a local company, which they absolutely are, run by a West Ham man, then go over and give them a look. You'll find their website in the description of this video. If you use our discount code, Claret15, you'll get a lovely discount off your tea, your coffee, your hot chocolate, your accessories. I love them. I've got a load of it sat behind me on the shelf. Pluckley tea's my favourite. Really good. Look, it's really good value as well. It's cheaper than the supermarkets, and it is much better quality. So, yes, go over and give them guys a look, please, if you would. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Okay. Listen, I've had enough of the negativity of this weekend already. I have, because the feeling that I got after Villa and Fulham, I want that back. I do. And I'm going to hang on to that. And I'm going to look at the facts of the matter, where Potter has had 12 games. 12 games. He's had 3 games in 12 days. A decimated squad, injuries everywhere. I don't know really what we expected him to do. And I think there's been a massive overreaction from all of us this weekend, really. I think our expectations were too high. I think maybe the Fulham game, getting that result, it did lift everyone's expectations. And, we've been brought back down to earth again. But I think that Potter is a man, and I think he just needs backing from Sullivan. If he doesn't back him, then he will fail. I'm going to stick to that. He does need backing. He's working with half of a Moyes team and half of a Lopetegui team. He plays a different style of football. Give him the tools, Sullivan. You backed every other manager. Give this bloke a helping hand. He is the man. He's going to develop youth. He's already proved that he's going to bring players through. Look at Scholes coming in, setting the world alight. And Alford making his debut, coming in on 55 minutes. I thought he was really solid as well. He's a player that will grow in confidence and get better and better. So we've got somebody that's going to place faith in the academy. He's going to develop your players, but he will need some senior players to get this going. If you look at our performance when he had almost, he had a centre forward against Aston Villa in the first half. When we had Fulkrug, we had Somerville, we had Bowen, we had those players. We looked mustard, didn't we, for that first half? Really, really good. So we got a bit of a glimpse of what we would look like under Potter, with decent players in every position. So, we've got a focal point and stuff like that. Absolutely, we need to get a striker. That has to be done. I'm going to go on to talk about that. We do need a midfielder. We need something different in midfield. We do. And we've got to sort our defence out, because our defence is shit. I'm sorry. There's no other word for it. It was bad under Moyes. It's got worse this year. It's got worse. So we're going to talk about that as well. I've got a bit of an exclusive on a defender that has been offered to West Ham as well. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about this man, and you're all going to roll your eyes. But I don't care. I don't care. Jhon Duran. Okay. We know that David Sullivan knows he made a massive mistake in not going to the 40 million that Aston Villa wanted in the summer, because he went back in with 40 million in January. Well, obviously the price has gone up. The price has gone up. You're looking at about 60 million now. That's what you're looking at. Sullivan is considering going back in with another offer, and so he should. The player still wants to come to West Ham. A lot of you are going to go, what would he come to West Ham for? You shit. Look, you're down the table. Why would he come here? He's got Champions League football at Villa. He ain't playing. He's not really playing. He's getting minimum minutes. And this is a player that wants to play now, and he wants to be the main man. That is why he wants to leave, and that's why he won't go to another club, even bigger clubs, where he's going to be a bench player. He doesn't want that. He will look at West Ham and think, I can go there and set that place on fire. And he will elevate his profile even more. Now, West Ham have been talking about PSR rules and stuff like that. Well, when you buy players like this, all Premier League clubs suffer the same restrictions. There is no reason why, in fact, I know that this could be done, that Villa wouldn't do this on a buy now, pay later, i.e. like we did with Todibo. So if we was at risk of breaching PSR rules this season, we could get him in on loan with a view, with an obligation to buy him for whatever the fee is that they agree. And then that fee would be spread over the course of his contracts, say 5 years. Well, if it's 60 million, that's just over 10 million a year. Now, Jhon Duran ain't going to be here for his entire career. I think that's pretty obvious. If he comes to West Ham, that is. He won't be here for his entire career. So say we've got him for 2 years. He'll score a load of goals and we're going to sell him for a massive profit. So we will literally have paid about 20 million of the fee to Aston Villa before we sell him for a massive profit. That's intelligent business. Far different to everything else that we've done just recently in the transfer window. What would you rather do? Spend 60 million on 3 average players that don't improve West Ham at all? Look at all the players that we've brought in. We've diluted the squad. You need to bring somebody in that's going to make an impact, that's going to take us in a different direction, that's going to explode onto the scene, score goals, and just change us completely. We all know that's Jhon Duran. We do. I know you've all got your heart set on Jonathan David because people have put 2 and 2 together with Angel Gomez and David because they play for the same team. Different profiles of player. David is running his contract down intentionally so that he can get a massive signing on fee, which Sullivan would never pay, and follow that up with massive wages, which would double any player that's currently at West Ham. He's not coming to West Ham. Plus, he wants to go to a Champions League club. He's one of the elite strikers in Europe. However, he's only done it in the French league. Jhon Duran's done it in the Premier League. He's younger. I think Duran is potentially far better than what David is. He's got a much higher ceiling. No brainer. Go and get Duran. You know it makes sense. We're not getting David. That one's not going to happen anyway. I know people want that player, but honestly, believe me, it really isn't going to happen. I hope it does. I'd be happy if he came in, but I don't think it is. Jhon Duran's your man. Sullivan is apparently preparing a second bid or considering preparing a second bid. Yeah, the player still wants to come. He wants to come to London. He wants to play for West Ham because he knows he'll be the main man. So I know Aston Villa fans are going to laugh at us, but I don't care. All right? I don't care. We've got to get that done. Just imagine how we'll look when you've got Somerville, Kudus, Jhon Duran, Paqueta, Bowen to choose from. Now, we've done strikers. Now let's go on to midfielders. Now, we know that we need something a little bit different in midfield. This isn't a destroyer. We've spoken about other players that we've got coming in, but this is another Aston Villa player, Emi Buendia, who we all know. He is surplus to requirements at Aston Villa, and they would accept a loan deal for this player, a temporary loan deal till the end of the summer, which would see us through up until if we get the deal done for Angel Gomez, because he won't be joining till the summer. There'd be a perfect transition there. They are slightly different profiles of player, obviously. Angel Gomez is an out-and-out sort of box-to-box midfielder. Buendia is more attacking, but he's played in the 8 before. He's a very, very capable and flexible player. Think Manu Lanzini, do you know what I mean? I think he'd be a hit at West Ham. He would be in the 6 months leading up to the end of the season. I think he'd be a really good option on loan to see us through. He gives us another option. He can play anywhere across the front line. He's even played as a false 9 before. But like I said, he could slot into midfield and give us something completely different, some technical ability, which we absolutely need. So yes, Buendia is also available to West Ham on loan, so that could be good. Could do a little bit of a double swoop on Villa. All right. Another player, because we've spoken about our back line, is terrible. Not the back line. I mean, Scholes is class. Emerson's really good as well. Wan-Bissaka's brilliant. But the centre-back options, wow. It's bad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Mavropanos, I've accepted, is Mavropony. All right? He's got to go. Or not go, but I've defended the player. But I've accepted now that I don't think that he is Premier League level. He makes too many mistakes. So we do need to move on from him. And I'm not sold on Kilman, and I don't think many people are either from what they've seen this season. So we are looking at... This is a player. This is a bit of an exclusive, I believe. Omar Alderete, a 28-year-old Paraguayan, left-footed powerhouse beast of a centre-back from Getafe in La Liga. And this player is no nonsense. He's not, loves a tackle, brilliant in the air, very aggressive, typical sort of South American. Very intelligent as well. Got a great range of passing. He would definitely add a bit of bite to our defence. I don't think we would have had Mateta running at him unchallenged. He would have gone in, with both feet probably and got sent off. But Mateta wouldn't have gone through and scored, would he? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. So that would be a fantastic signing. This is a player that Spurs have also been looking at as well, but he will come in and play for us. Whereas Spurs have got other options. He would just be going in there as a backup option. That would be fantastic for us and really good business. I don't know what the fee would be. That's not been disclosed to me, but yes, this is a player that has just been offered to West Ham. So really, really exciting. I think if we could get, forgetting Duran, if we could get Alderete, if we could get Buendia in, maybe Chukwuemeka from Chelsea as well, real sort of powerhouse in midfield, or Dewsbury Hall or whatever else, that would really sort of transform our team. The midfield has to be sorted. The midfield is the engine room. We can't carry on with the midfielders that we've currently got. Potter just doesn't play that style of football. It's going to knacker everything that he's trying to implement. He might be able to sort of improve these players and get them passing. There's just not enough mobility in there. There's not. So it does have to be sorted. It has to be fixed. And there is the other big news that I was talking about over the weekend, because the Duran deal wasn't the big news. So there are other players as well. One in particular that would blow your mind. All right. And that deal is progressing, but I can't release it yet. I'm hoping to be able to release it on Wednesday. All right. There's reasons why, and I'll explain why once the news does break. It probably won't even be me that fucking breaks it again. But I'm being good. I'm doing as I'm told. I'm keeping it quiet, keeping it under wraps, because I don't want to sabotage it for us. But if that comes off, there's going to be a real fanfare around West Ham. Put it that way. All right. So look, it's not all doom and gloom. We've lost a game. I know it was against Palace, and I know. But we move on. All right. We move on. Things are going to change at West Ham. They're going to have to. If Sullivan doesn't back him, then why did he bother bringing a new manager in? Why would you bother doing that? So I do think he's going to get backed. I do think we're going to get players coming in. We've got players coming back from injury. We will go on to see far better football, and we'll have far more enjoyable match days as well. We just need to kind of, maybe at the moment, just be a bit realistic, lower our expectations while these players are out, and while Potter's got to work, he's working with what he's got to work with, which is very little. All right. Hopefully some of these deals get done. Anyway, I'll speak to you all soon. Come on, you irons.